Good morning, everyone. Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in this morning. On Fun Friday, we had a little bit of fun. We talked about the marriage certificate that I located for Murillo and Socorro Cesate when they were 21 and 16 in the city of Phoenix in Maricopa County in Arizona. We talked about the fact that I also located Alvaro Ramirez, who was a brother to Socorro, and he had passed away from tuberculosis in 1950. She then had succumbed to that disease in 1952. They were brother and sister, so it does make you wonder how they got it, where they contracted it at. I know they both dealt with it for many years before it finally took their lives. We found them in the same neighborhoods. And then we played a song called The Golden Rule that I had written, and I just really enjoy that. So thank you for letting me share that with you. Today, I just thought we would talk a little bit about names and their origins. When you're looking up these family members, especially if they're from a different country, sometimes it's going to be difficult for you to figure out how the names are out there. If it's the mother's middle name or the mother's last name in the middle of their name or the end of their name or the father's or how it goes. So I recommend when you're looking for those kinds of information, start with YouTube, start with Google. Just go in there and Google the name origin of Shelton. It'll tell you where that name originates out of normally. And if you do some more research, you can then find out too how the names were given back then. For instance, in some countries, when a child was given a certain name, it was usually a relative's name, somebody higher up, older, who had passed on, or maybe they were given a grandfather's name, they were still existing. If the child passed, the newest child in the family, when it was born, would receive that name. So you might find that name 2 or 3 times in a family in some countries. So just with a different date of birth. So take your time, learn a little bit. It's all about learning, and we're writing history when we do family genealogy for our families, and we're writing that history down. We're helping somebody to understand where our families came from, but it's a work of history for us as well, because we're learning something every time we go and look for something and try to find it and move on. I wanted to show you this morning, if I can get the little computer here to work for me. When I was doing my research, and you know how I've always told you, when you can, to use your census and look at it real hard. Now on this census, I want you to notice that this is the brother here I was just telling you about that passed on in the green. Well, when I look down, I find a great uncle to my sweetheart, and I find another family member to his mother living in the same area. This census is actually from, I believe, 1940. So be sure you're checking the census out, because it's going to show you and reveal to you these different people who might have been living in the same area or neighborhood. This I love. I found this picture not too long ago when I was looking up a yearbook. This is my mom. This is my mom when she's a little girl in Pryor, Oklahoma, sitting on a bench with a group of kids. Now I cropped it a little bit because I wanted to be able to see my mom's face. But I thought, how great is that there are yearbooks out there that if you're looking, you want to take and try to find families in that as well, because you're going to see some of those folks as kids in there. What a great find. I wanted to show you this morning, this is my painting. This is a well-traveled painting. It went to Oklahoma for their big celebration that they have over Labor Day this year. And I did this painting as a representation for the folks of Ireland to show how the nation, out of giving out of their heart, took money and sent it over to Ireland, here in the green to represent Ireland, and also these feathers. This is a monument made out of steel that was erected a couple of years ago of feathers, and it's to thank the Choctaw Nation for the money they sent way back in 1830 for the potato famine. And what a cherished and wonderful act of kindness and love for people. They didn't have to help them. They didn't know them. They didn't have to help us if we needed it. It was just a great act of love at that time when millions of people were losing their life because they were starving to death, literally. and the nation just found what they could and sent it, and it did help them. The sky's representative of a new day coming for all. So hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to take that out to the powwow this weekend too and display it. It's a nice painting and I really like it. Well, listen, remember, like I always tell you, happy's a choice. You make happy what it is. Please watch your families, protect your children, keep an eye on everybody. Remember, it just takes a second for somebody to change your world forever. Your blood calls you, you go find it. I'm Native by Heart by, let me do that again. I'm Native by Heart Art by Sean Shelton. Thanks so much for joining me. If you like what you see, please subscribe when you're on YouTube. And you guys have a great day. I'm headed to work now. Take care. Bye.